Welcome back to Soccer Cards United for episode 89. This is the Soccer Card podcast, now just one away from episode 90, another milestone. We hit a milestone every 10 episodes. We hit milestones with great regularity. I'm Jason, and I'm one of the hosts, and the other host is called Enzo. Enzo, hello.
Hello, Jason.
Now, people may notice that we've got virtual backgrounds on today.
We decided to be a bit fun today.
Yeah.
I say,
yeah.
You're not going to be here for that milestone.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, we've
you won't be hitting this one.
Special guest co-host. Been my first ever time missing a show. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, you were running it around like Inaki Williams, but you've dropped the ball.
Yeah, I've taken an injury. I've taken a big injury. I have to get surgery, the equivalent of podcast surgery. People may notice that I have a nice picture there behind me. I'm broadcasting from Prague in the Czech Republic.
Is that Prague in the background?
That's Prague. It's Prague Castle there you see in the background.
Oh, Prague Castle, so fancy.
So that's been good. I've been trying to look for some Sport Zoo Czech. Well, I think actually the company's Slovakian, but sports cards. But I don't know where they stock them. I know they're for sale. I can get them on the website, but I don't know if they'll deliver them to my hotel. But I'd love to pick them up because you can get some Adam Holczek rookies, and just be cool to see some other sports cards.
Yeah, no, that is cool.
But I don't know where you can get them. So if there's any listeners that have been to Prague and bought Sports Zoo sports cards, where can I get those?
It's a very specific request.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of ice hockey the other day. The World Championships were on, and I was doing a tour, and the tour guide said, now tonight there'll be a lot of festivities around here, and I was like, "Oh, Champions League final." And he was like, "Because in the hockey," and I was like, "Wait, what?" In the ice hockey, Canada and Czech Republic are playing in the semi-finals of the World Championships, and I watched it, and apparently Czech Republic had a really good team, but didn't know that to me because Canada did a number on them.
Smashed them.
So
did you not see the Champions League final?
No, that was finished and all by the time the Champions League final was on.
Oh, great.
So I sat and watched the Champions League final, which of course we're going to talk about later on. How are you, Enzo?
I'm doing very well.
Good.
I'm holding it down in Ireland. We got lots of boxes and things in. I got lots of orders back out. We almost have Pearl in hand. That's expected this week.
If people haven't been to soccercardsunited.com in a little while, there's a lot of stuff there.
And there's more stuff coming in the next week.
Yeah, so it's a good time to get on that mailing list if you're not on the mailing list.
Very good.
And there's also been a couple of little design touches made by Enzo to the website. So
I seen you started a blog and just did it once.
I forgot that I did.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot I was one behind.
Yeah.
So I have to do 2 today.
Yeah, you better get on that. Don't add something to the status bar of my site and then just let it flop.
I know. There's no dead weight on soccercardsunited.com.
Oh, no.
Not even Panini foot sticker boxes. So which are still available, by the way. So
Camavinga, just one.
Camavinga, I know Camavinga. That's what I keep going up to random strangers and shouting Camavinga, and they don't buy the sticker boxes. Nothing off them at all. But surely the Champions League stickers from 2019-20 with the Haaland.
No, can I actually say I got an offer on the of 50 Chrome Camavinga on eBay.
Oh.
And I was offered €120. Now it's an SGC 8. It was scratched to bits and has bad centering.
Okay.
I countered. I didn't accept that.
And then the person didn't come back.
I just countered recently. I have hope.
Is this on? This is on the new eBay, is it?
No, it was already listed on my old. It was real confusing. I got like an email because my phone is now Soccer United eBay. It's not
my
eBay, so I thought I'd go log into my eBay again and see what was going on. I seen that I had the Messi auto we have.
Mm-hmm.
I for some reason had like automatic rejections way too high. And I seen that someone offered $3,500 for it. But it was automatically rejected. And I said, that was the price I was looking for.
We would have loved that. That's the target price.
No, I had the fucking then I changed the price and there's like 50 watchers on it and people start sending me messages just saying like, will you trade? And I'm like, I don't know how to do a trade. Like eBay's dodgy enough. I can't trade.
I don't want to do a trade. But look, it's a World Cup year. I think on Wednesday, Argentina and Italy are playing at the Estadio Diego Armando Maradona. No, it's in Rome.
Wembley.
It's in Wembley.
It's in fucking Wembley. I almost booked a ticket yesterday, but I decided I'm just going to go to the living room.
It's in Wembley.
Isn't that mad? When are you back from Prague?
Friday.
Nah.
I can't believe it. It's taken me aback now that it's in Wembley.
Yeah.
Because
it's in Wembley.
I felt like
there was a friendly that was in the Diego that was ages ago. There was a friendly.
But was that between Boca Juniors and Barcelona?
No, I think Argentina and Italy played each other one time.
Oh, you mean ages and ages ago? No,
Yeah.
in the aftermath of.
No.
Oh no, because Barcelona
After
and Boca Juniors played, and that was like a match, but it was in like Saudi Arabia or something.
Listen, I don't know about that game. I don't know where you've seen that.
That was a real game that happened.
Okay, but no, Wembley, isn't that shocking?
I hate that.
Why do you hate it?
Because what does Wembley have to do with it?
It's a nice stadium. It's a neutral ground. It's a cup final, like it's a Super Cup.
Oh, it's a FIFA sanctioned Super Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the winners of the Euros versus the winners of Cup America.
And
it's a new trophy.
Thing, the Finalissima.
The Finalissima. Yeah. I was gonna go. I got excited, and then I just said, "Oh, the effort to London." I said, "Not again."
Not again. We are going back to London though.
No, I know, but that's why I was like, I can't do it again.
Yeah, you can't just keep going back and forth. We have to get you an apartment over there.
I said it would be really nice to just go into town, Italian jersey on with my good friend Francesca, and just check out the festivities. It's kind of weird because it's a game that's never happened before, so it's like, I mean, I think it happened years and years, like way back in the day.
Right.
But it's like it's such a big game, and I didn't even know what was happening. Do you know what I mean? And you didn't even know it was in Wembley, so it's like really weird.
I just assumed it was a Maradona thing. I don't know why.
No. We won the European Championship. Jason.
No, I know, but I think it was kind of triggered by Maradona. No, like it was like
Maradon's the reason they won the Copa America, maybe.
I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway,
it was triggered by Roberto Mancini's Hugo Boss custom jackets.
Fair enough. So yeah, I'll watch that then. If I can find out what Czech TV channel it's on, I'll probably have to watch hockey instead.
I wanted to go, but it's Wednesday. Like I just got back from the States, and I'm just like,
no, it should, but like,
no,
no, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so let's go on to Hobby HQ. This is the part where the show where we talk about the hobby. I briefly forgot we were podcasting there.
That's why it's good. The background, you didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying Prague? I didn't even ask.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. No, the beer is super cheap.
That's dangerous.
Because apparently in the 70s, they artificially lowered the price of beer because the population were very close to openly revolting against the government. So they lowered the price of beer and said, look, just drink and stop complaining.
Yeah. Fair.
And then I've had some traditional Czech food, which has been kind of interesting. It's a lot of like these things. They call them dumplings, but they're not like Chinese dumplings, and they're kind of just like little kind of potato cakey kind of things.
Okay.
Some sauerkraut, some various meats. It's been interesting.
Would you go back? I know that you're still there, but would you go back?
I think I will come back.
Okay.
I have a few days left, but I will come back for sure. So.
Okay.
And I didn't. It's like it was kind of. I was thinking like, oh, is there anything I can do hobby related here? Like, but I checked the analytics, and we don't have any listeners in the Czech Republic.
You checked?
I checked. So we think this week is Champions League Chrome Week. That's what's scheduled for the end of this week. It was
Champions League Chrome Week last week in Italy, Jason, based on what I've seen.
Yeah.
The box looks nice. I'll say that.
The box looks very interesting. Kind of like almost like a tie-dye.
Yeah, kind of yellow
box. In Spain as well, I saw a few of the Chromos accounts were posting about. They had Chrome in hand,
giving all this.
Yeah, I'm like, how are they getting it? What are they doing? Back channels. So we're not getting it that early.
No, we're in Ireland.
We're in Ireland. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
So we got Chrome Light. Prices for Chrome Light, I think, are around $130 on US eBay at the minute. Obviously, they'd be more expensive buying it from the EU. Then we have Chrome, which we expect to be hopefully no more than what last year's Chrome was.
That was expensive last year.
That was expensive last year. And I think we talked about on the show last week. I'm excited for Chrome Light just because you can kind of get in and have a look around without having to, opening the box, sweating like, please don't tell me it's Danny Carvajal, please.
It's always Danny Carvalho, but he's a champion.
He was very good the other night as well, wasn't he?
He was very good. But I think there's autographs in like I think it's like guaranteed per box. I don't know if it's per box, but I think it is.
Oh,
I don't know. And then blasters haven't been fully announced yet, I don't think, but you'd expect a month later they'd probably
be a retail configuration.
Maybe. Hard to know.
I'm confused about the autograph situation in light as well, because
I need to do more thorough research on that,
because it says on the Chrome box, it says look for an autograph in every box.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I don't think it says that on the Chrome Light box.
I think it does. Is the thing that confused me.
Right. So
I mean, do you know what it might have been? It might have been someone who was pre-selling it had taken the Chrome description and pasted it in.
I think what happened was on the Chrome box it said, and of course this could just be solved by a quick Google before the show, but I didn't do that. So
I'm Googling right now. I'm just
I'll talk while you Google. So the Chrome box I think said look for a autograph in every box, but the Chrome Light box said hunt for autographs. So it's like
you have to hunt.
It's out there, but you're not going to find them very easily. You have to kind of go through some boxes and have a look. And so you for the audio listeners, you're grimacing. Yeah.
Hobby box hits one autograph card.
That's hobby box, yeah. What about Light?
Oh, this is how you get confused. Yeah. Doesn't say nothing about no autographs here.
But
no, I don't know. Because there is like I remember the blasters, you get 4 autographs in one blaster. Like there's gonna be blasters in this. There's gonna be autographs in this. I mean,
yeah,
1 Chrome autograph per hobby box. Okay, that's fine. That's
fine, right? We've established that has been
okay. Look for Chrome autographs falling 1 per hobby box. That's hobby box again. What are they telling me about that?
They just keep telling you about that. That's to distract you. That's
the trick.
Yeah, the trick is 1 per hobby box. You don't realize that Light. You think it's a hobby box of Topps Chrome Light. It's not. It's a Light box of Topps Chrome Hobby. It's
confusing, but I'm seeing on the artwork here an Eric Cantona autograph. So I like that.
Yeah, we all like that.
We all like that.
Speaking of Topps Chrome Bundesliga Stadium Cup Chrome, we've seen some pictures from that. And now
the Jude is so good.
So. The Jude is so good. And we saw, who do we see on last week's postcards? Conrad Limer in a go card.
That was very good.
There's a great Anthony Modeste when he scored that goal, last minute goal, and he took his manager's kind of cap and was running around with it. So that's a good set for collecting. I put up an Instagram story asking people what they thought about Bundesliga Stadium Club Chrome because it came out at €140 and I think £120. And if I could just have a look at the responses to that, very mixed, extremely mixed response.
Okay.
To whether or not people wanted.
And it's the first ever stadium club for the Bundesliga.
For the Bundesliga, yeah. So I've had good price. Product looked amazing, right?
Okay.
Then we have people saying pass. Somebody says 2022 wax on all base cards are a no-go.
Okay.
Someone just counting themselves out. Somebody says, nah. Somebody says crap checklist all around. Don't see how it doesn't drop big in price. Trash. Good price and lots of nice numbered per box. Then somebody says, I'm personally only buying CL Sapphire and World Cup Prism this year from a wax perspective. Someone else says definitely one for the collectors. So it seems like if you focus on the financial part of Bundesliga Stadium Club Chrome, you avoid it. If you just want to enjoy it and, live a happy life. Although I know that's not a popular view in the hobby. You can open it and have fun, and there's lots of color in there. And
I think we'll definitely open a box.
Yes, for sure.
But no, I still think it was a bit expensive. But also, how do you price a Chrome set? Maybe you have to have it around that. It wasn't crazy expensive, but No,
and it's look, it's chromium stock. This stuff doesn't grow on trees. The other product I wanted to talk about was so Panini released Mosaic Premier League, which we talked about last week, and then they're releasing Mosaic for La Liga as well, and then we have Mosaic Serie A. And I was looking through some of the checklists, and I was by far the most impressed by Panini Mosaic Serie A. It's not out yet; it'll come out, in the next little while. But it's really impressive, and I think the reason I was impressed with it before I go into the checklist is that For Serie A, I had no expectations for a checklist. I had no expectations. I'm not looking for rookies. I'm not looking for I'm just like, yeah, okay. What have you got? You know, I have kind of like legends in my head that I want to see.
Yeah.
But in terms of like current players and young players, I'm not really too pushed either way. So, I'll just read you some of the autographs that we have in this set, because it's really quite interesting, especially you as a recently crowned AC Milan fan.
Champion, sir, not a recently crowned fan.
Sorry, recently crowned champion. A fan
Never a Champions on fan.
You are a recently you're a fan of the recently crowned AC Milan.
No, champions. They've always been AC Milan.
No, but they've been crowned. They've been crowned champions.
I see the castle in the background, but you're talking shit.
You are a fan, and they've recently been crowned champions of Italy.
Yeah, but you just said they were crowned AC Milan.
Okay, I left a bit out. That's fine. We'll agree to disagree on that one. So if you're a fan of AC Milan, which I think has been established at this point, there are autographs from Alessandro Nesta,
former Frosinone manager.
Certainly. Andrea Pirlo.
That's what he's known for, sorry. Andrea Pirlo, yeah.
Shevchenko. Carlo Ancelotti.
Come on.
Franco Baresi. Olivier Giroud, a more recent addition to the canon, maybe.
Yeah.
But then you have for Juventus, you have the likes of Gianluca Vialli. For Fiorentina, you have Batistuta.
Is Ronaldo in there for Juventus? I think I've seen artwork with Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think he is. Hang on, he's not in the autograph set checklist. He's in the script set checklist. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
But he is there. Yeah, he is. There's also Ciro Immobile for Lazio, Diego Maradona for Napoli, Cavani for Napoli as well, Kaká for Milan, Van Basten, Maldini, Ruud Gullit, Sandro Tonali, Thiago Silva, Pierre Kalulu. This is an AC Milan's dream set.
Might have to hop into some breaks.
I would definitely hop into some breaks if I were you, because like pretty much if you hit any Milan auto,
it's good shit.
It's good stuff. Yeah. So, that's very, very interesting. I would recommend that to any Milan fans. Also, I read an interesting stat there that was the fastest growing clubs in Europe, I think, at the moment. And let me see if I can just find it here, because Milan was at the top of the list, or near the top of the list.
People hunting for glory. That's
what they're recently crowned fans. That's what they are. Fastest growing football clubs 2022. I'm having a bit of a nightmare today. It's.
Can I say I'm expecting this background? If it disappeared, you're in a pub.
Yeah, you just at some point a hand is going to come in from here and just from this side and just place a big tumbler of beer down in front of me. So we have AC Milan as the fastest growing one this year. Then Leeds United, obviously back in the Premier League for the second season, surviving. Jesse Marsh, maybe is a factor there. You have Atalanta. Their recent stays in the Champions League is obviously driving that. Brighton Hove Albion. Okay. Roma, would you say that's the Mourinho effect? I would.
Mourinho and obviously the Roma admin on Twitter.
Yeah. Wolves, Marseille, Real Betis, Napoli, and Liverpool.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Nice to be top of that list.
Yeah. So that's we welcome all the
I'd have to go not up there with their brand of football, no?
No, probably already had. It's probably already topped it. Probably already topped out.
Too many fans.
It's only downhill from here, really. I think a lot of the Atletico fans, probably dipped out earlier this season when they realized the title defense wasn't happening. They were like, "Oh fuck, it doesn't matter." Doesn't matter. And they're right. It doesn't matter, but that's no reason to go.
Give up.
So that's all I had on Hobby HQ, except for one thing, which was a very interesting thing that I saw on Instagram. Which I put on our story because the person that posted it was looking for some answers and I wanted to know, did anyone have any? which is Tickets and Slabs on Instagram.
Yeah.
Very clean Instagram handle, might I say. Tickets and Slabs posted a 1-of-1 2017 Leaf Metal Messi auto.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it there. Oh, there's some stuff going on with the background.
I can pull it up. I have Instagram here. I can pull it up.
You have Instagram. But it's a PSA 9. It's an absolutely beautiful card.
Yeah, I see it.
And the interesting thing is, I'll read this from the post now, because
they have the Qatar Airways thing on it
and the Barca crest.
Yeah.
So he says Leaf trading cards perhaps get flat because they aren't tops or Panini, but what intrigued me about this card in particular was that unlike most Leaf cards, the FC Barcelona licensing seemed to be preserved in full. I'm not sure whether this was something that Leaf did simply with their earlier cards until being hit with cease and desist action.
It looks really good.
It looks so good. So this person that bought it, Tickets and Slabs, doesn't know why it's licensed. As soon as I saw it, I was so confused as to why it's licensed, or how it's licensed. So I just wondered if one of our brainiacs out there, one of our WizKid listeners, would be able to shed some light on that for us. 2017 Leaf Metal Leo Messi fully licensed Barca kit. Can anyone tell us how that's happened?
And here's one. It's probably not PSA's job, but do you think PSA could flag something like that? Could they be like, "Oh, that's unlicensed," or no? No,
I don't think they could.
It's a very nice card.
It's not for them to say.
No, I get it.
It's a really interesting one, I thought.
It is, because it looks great.
Yeah, so hopefully people can go and have a look at that and text in, or not text in, but message us about it.
A good auto too.
Good auto, really nice card, but it's like it's such a curiosity.
No, I get you.
So people can message in about that 2017 Leaf Metal Leo Messi card and why it's licensed, and we can talk about it on Thursday's show, and we can get an answer for Tickets and Slabs.
I love that.
Yep. And it's of course on Tickets and Slabs Instagram for anyone that wants to go and have a look, and I recommend following that account as well. It's good. So Enzo, do you want to move on to your football week, or what shall we do?
Yeah, I think so. What else would we do?
What else would we do? That's all we do here. We talk about the hobby, talk about football.
A bit about us every now and then.
A bit about us, yeah, just to explain any kind of thing that might be going on in the background. So we have to start with the Champions League final. The champions. Saturday night in Paris, supposed to be in St. Petersburg, but ripped, I think unfairly. I think it was unfair.
Oh, Jesus.
Snippet this. What's happening to Russia? No. Don't snippet that, by the way, anyone. So Paris, Stade de France, Champions League final, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Carlo Ancelotti, Jurgen Klopp, former Merseyside rivals. Everton legend Carlo Ancelotti taking on Liverpool. And it's a 1-0 win for Real Madrid on the night. It didn't go to penalties.
Yeah.
There was a goal from Vinicius Jr. To win it. He has been had been on the receiving end prior to this season of an awful lot of criticism from some parts of the media.
Yeah.
We won't say which parts, but some parts of especially the sports card media went in very heavy on Vinny Jr. Previously, but he's redeemed himself this season. And Liverpool kind of just didn't capitalize on their chance in the first half and sleepwalked into a defeat. What did you think of this match, Enzo?
It was a good game, top quality game, I thought. Courtois was incredible. Vinny Jr. has been reborn since Ancelotti came in. He was like, "I'll show you how to play." I enjoyed it. Obviously, the pre-game scandals going on with the fans was fucked up.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
It's not our place to talk about that.
No, we can talk about that in a second. I have lots of stuff on that.
Yeah.
But just in terms of the match, I don't know what I thought. I looking at it, it was kind of confusing, and a lot of people were saying that like Real Madrid were sitting deep and all that stuff, and the commentators kept talking about how deep Real Madrid were sitting. But then afterwards, about the stats, like I think Real Madrid and Liverpool, they had like equal possession more or less, maybe like 1 or 2% of the difference. And if you notice, like one of the key parts of the plan was that Kroos and Modric kept like dropping kind of behind almost when they were in possession, like almost behind the back four at times. Like Modric was doing like these big circular runs.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looked like Real Madrid were pinned back, except they also had the ball. So like they had lots of possession, but they just weren't up close to the Liverpool goal, and they kept putting it into the channel for Vinny to run at. I thought Fede Valverde in that right wing / right midfield role, kind of sometimes playing as a right midfielder, sometimes playing as a right winger, sometimes playing as a double right back. Thought he was brilliant.
I think Eder Militao as well had a great game.
Yeah, David Alaba had a great game.
Yeah.
Danny Carvajal, by the way, who's been in and out with injuries. Danny Carvajal, by the way, for so long he's been in and out of injuries, and this season it was kind of looking. A lot of people in Spain were talking about they need a new right back. Carvajal is injury prone, and when he plays, he's not up to speed. But he looked every bit the kind of monstrous fullback that he's looked at his best over the last few years. And I thought he was just excellent and absolutely made a fool of a couple of Liverpool players a couple of different times. People were talking about the battle between Vinny Jr. and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it was funny. I thought that Trent was completely caught out.
Yeah.
On the goal, like completely hadn't a fucking breeze where Vinny Jr. was. And it's funny because ultimately, if you're having a battle on the wing and one he is as a winger and one he is as a right back, it kind of, one he is still a right back.
Yeah.
Trent, I felt almost got like overwhelmed by like, I have to go, always go forward. Happy Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it's like, well, yeah, but he's a winger. So
just don't concede.
Don't concede, maybe. It's like it's a battle between you, but also you're a right back, he's a winger. So you have to be aware of that. And
it's like he has to score, you don't.
That's exactly it. Yeah. I think Trent almost thought I'm
Vinny Jr.
I'm Vinny Jr. I want to be Vinny Jr. So yeah. Let me just think about one other thing I was going to say in my notes here.
Camavinga coming on again.
Yeah, Camavinga for Modric, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think. He was very good. He skied a shot there towards the end. And the midfield of Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro still at it. We talked about Toni Kroos last week on the show.
Yeah.
About how he doesn't seem to be any good. And actually, after we talked about that, I saw on like the Who Scored ratings, he was like the third lowest scoring Champions League midfielder in this year's Champions League. He's scoring like an average of 6.5 or something out of 10 on Who Scores algorithm. And we kind of talked about on the show last week. He has kind of an intangible quality to him that you just can't you can't really quantify.
Yeah. He's just top quality.
Yeah, he's just top quality, just good. He's a real like old-fashioned player in that way where it's like, and I thought Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti's like style as well. Some people were writing about this after the game, but like it almost ignored the last kind of 20 years of football. Like it was just super practical. It wasn't like it wasn't a high pressing game. It wasn't a passing triangles all the way up the pitch kind of game. It was just don't concede. The goalkeeper have a good game. Lash it up to the quick fella, in the front.
Let
and if you can let him cross it. If you can get forward, get forward. If you have to get back, get back. It was real and casual. Liverpool, real casual. And Liverpool were playing all these patterns where it was like, you need to pass it forward. Stop passing it back.
Not good.
Not good. I don't know. I thought having seen the League Cup final and the FA Cup final that Liverpool played in, where they were quite happy to go to penalties both times. I don't think you can just do that in two finals and then go into your third final of the season and just suddenly turn it on. I don't see how you do that.
Yeah, but in fairness, the keeper had a great game, but they didn't create too many clear-cut chances. I thought the open top bus parade the next day was nuts.
Yeah, I thought that was so weird.
That was very strange.
They were like going like, we're champions and everything. It's like, yeah, but of stuff that you didn't, but you just lost the final last night. No, weird.
Strange.
I didn't like that at all. And Klopp, by the way, when he loses, is such a whingy little man.
Yeah.
just lose. And everyone talks about, oh, he's brilliant and all. He's brilliant when he's winning.
That's true.
It's easy to be everybody's friend when you're winning, but to have a bit of dignity and just like if Carlo Ancelotti had lost that final, he wouldn't be coming out and going, "That's not football. That's not football. Da, 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 da. Book the hotel, Istanbul next year." Blah, 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 blah.
That's gonna be memed to fuck when they get knocked out next year in the round of 16.
No, I don't like it.
No.
Mo Salah, invisible.
Sadio Mane leaving.
Yeah, Serie on his way to Bayern Munich, looks like. So big changes coming to Liverpool.
Madness.
Well, book the hotel next year because it's Istanbul. Let me see what else I have. That's UCL European Cup number 14 for Real Madrid. It's number 5 for Kroos, Modric, Casemiro, and Gareth Bale.
And Benzema.
Probably
more.
Yeah, maybe Danny Carvajal. Marcelo, yeah. Carlo Ancelotti has now won the most European Cups of any manager in history, 4 as a manager, 2 with Milan and 2 with Real Madrid, as far as I know.
I think 1 with Milan, 1 with Bayern, 2 with Real Madrid. Am I off in saying that?
I don't think he won it with Bayern.
Milan, 2007.
And then did he not win one before that, or did he win it as a player with Milan?
Yeah, but where did he win his for? I don't know.
It's definitely 2 with Real Madrid. And then, but those what do we call it? The immaculate cards that we saw the last time we talked about Carlo Ancelotti when he made the only manager to have won all 5 domestic leagues. Some of those Real Madrid immaculate cards surely got snapped up in the aftermath of the final. No, 2 Champions Leagues with Milan as a manager, 2003 and 2007.
Okay, damn, 2003.
And then 2 with Real Madrid. Fantastic. I don't know. I just thought I was obviously being an Atletico fan, it would be assumed that I would want Real Madrid to lose, but really to me it makes no odds whether they have 13 or 14 European Cups. I'm not counting.
I was in that boat as well. I didn't want Liverpool to match our European Cups.
Yeah.
We're the second most. I'll take that, for now.
And to be honest, I just couldn't, going back to the thing about Klopp and the victory parade and everything, I wasn't prepared to listen to it, No,
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair.
Because the thing is, I know a number of Real Madrid fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're weirdly arrogant and also grand when they win things because the expectation that they have is that they're going to win.
Yeah.
So on one hand, they're arrogant because they just go yeah, we won. Yeah, we're the best team in the world. Yeah, best club in history. Yeah. But on the other hand, they don't make a big deal of it.
Yeah.
They go, yeah, Champions League, European Cup, that's our trophy. Yeah, we win that all the time. Yeah, no bother. Whereas normal. Liverpool, yeah, that's normal. That's exactly what they would say. It's normal. But Liverpool, oh my God. Look at the parade they had. They didn't even win.
Yeah.
So let's talk about then a couple of things before the match. There was absolute scenes outside the terrible scenes outside the Stade de France. As the French police and the whole stewarding operation completely broke down. There was fans waiting outside who had tickets. There was crushes going on. There was people trapped between turnstiles and gates and all that stuff. There was reports of local youths hopping fences, trying to get in the stadium. There was fans turning up without tickets, trying to get in. And there was horrible mismanagement and leaders excessive force from the French police. There was just mass confusion. UEFA put up a thing before the game to say, due to the late arrival of some fans, were delaying the kickoff. That obviously was met with ire by almost everyone. And I made a little note here because there was a lot of people arguing over about what had happened, and obviously fans were mistreated. It was kind of ugly. And it was very old school in terms of English fans going to the continent and whatever the local police force is kicks the shit out of them kind of thing. It was very much like that, And I just kind of wanted to say. I thought this was like a mix of a few different things. One was like over the last 12 months, we saw it last night or the night before with Saint Etienne getting relegated and their players were chased down the tunnel by explosives and flares. And the French police and French football have been dealing with kind of this stuff a lot this year. And we also saw it with the Euros final, Wembley. Remember last summer when there was all that carnage going on? People running stadiums. So over the last 12 months since football has come back, we've seen like an unusual level compared to pre-pandemic of hooliganism, of just pitch invasions, flares, mad stuff going on in the stands. Like that is definitely in the air. And there was a lot of people saying like, well, it wasn't the fans' fault. And I agree, it wasn't the fans' fault. But to put your fingers in your ears and say, no, football fans are as orderly and as innocent as they've ever been, that's clearly not true.
Yeah.
People have very clearly lost the run of themselves this year.
Fair.
What is that? Is that just people going back to matches and just losing it, or is it cocaine, or what is it?
Maybe 2 years of lockdown made a few people snap.
Yeah, it's just people just can't function normally anymore.
Maybe.
But
French football's been rampant this year.
Yeah, it has. But even we saw, what was it in the championship playoff semi-final or something, like Billy Sharp got a dig off a Nottingham Forest fan after they beat.
And Patrick Vieira got a kick off someone or kicked.
Yeah,
someone.
that's right. An Everton fan, and like all this stuff's been going on. So I think probably that the policing operation now from that was like, where they were almost like too tense. They were like ready to like, they were expecting the fans to kick off, so they were on edge. So then when the fans, when even a little bit of chaos unfolded, they were like, "See, I knew it," and they just started pepper spraying people.
There was French hooligans running around as well, taking advantage.
Yeah, so that was interesting. I was watching on the TV here, like a news, just randomly, it was a news article or a news report on TV where they were interviewing a local like community advocate or local councillor in Saint Denis, where the Stade de France is, and he was saying this is like the poorest suburb in France, the whole of France. And this is full of a lot of people who are undereducated, underpaid, and the Stade de France here is constantly hosting major events and having kind of vast displays of national pride and international kind of glamour. And these people are just told, stay over that side of the bridge, don't come near these people. Yous are like filthy, like, nothing, and we will beat you if you come near here. There's never been any, you're saying like, it's never a case of there's 50 tickets there for like local youth groups or anything like that. So I think that could be a factor as to why like the youths kicked off, because now obviously just devilment, but like it just felt like it was only because I'd seen that report before that I was like, oh, that kind of does make sense. If you just had all these people coming constantly to run events in your backyard, and you can never get inside that stadium, you might just be like, let's take advantage of this and cause some trouble.
Yeah, maybe.
Because why not? It's like, fuck us, fuck you. Run your event now. And then also, yeah.
People saying it was like such a last minute change, but there was like 6 to 8 weeks. There's enough time to.
They had 3 months notice. Like, because they said, the sports minister in France said, well, usually we have 18 months notice for an event like this. It's like, yeah, but you've run events like this before into Stade de France. It's not like it's a brand new stadium in a brand new location. Oh, what are we going to do? We had to come up with a whole new plan in 3 months, or just use one of the plans from one of the other million. Are they not saved? Do you not have a good filing system? Oh no, we burn all our plans after we do any matches. We come up with just new ones all the time. And then also I saw a lot of people talking about how apparently in France over the last like 5 years under President Macron, there's been like a real problem with police brutality. Like remember the Yellow Jacket protests and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Apparently like the police under Macron have just been kicking the shit out of people constantly. And so much so they had to like set up a commission to investigate police violence. So the French police are lost their one of themselves. So you've got like the French police that are like overly hyped up and like violent at the moment. You got football fans who are overly hyped up and violent at the moment. Then you have UEFA, who couldn't organize a piss up in a brewery, and they're like in the middle trying to mediate between these. No wonder it was chaos.
Yeah, not good.
Not good. Terrible. But here's one. On a lighter note. Finally, we were able to get all of the ugliness out of the way, get all the people into the stadium and all that stuff. Everyone was safe. Everyone was happy. And it was time to settle down for the main event to watch Camila Cabello sing some songs to what she felt was a very unappreciative audience. Oh, it's hard.
Oh my God.
Thoughts on this? Should we have an opening show for the Champions League final?
I mean, we can do. I don't think it's terrible to have it, but I think accept that everyone else is going to be doing their own thing.
Yeah. Agreed.
So funny.
So funny. Did you see the tweet that she deleted? Oh my God. I was like, oh no. Oh God. Too much. I would just love, God give me the confidence of Camila Cabello tweet. Just once in my life, I'd like to be so self-assured and so convinced of my own.
It's a bit rude there.
Excuse me. Why is all singing having just gotten, been beaten up by the French police? Why is all like talking about all this? I don't know.
I put effort into this.
Me and my team. Come on, get out of it. Right, you can imagine like it would have been actually funny to take that tweet and then do the Roy Keane, Roy Keane thing where he's like sitting there like this, and he goes like, "Really? That'd be like." That's how I imagined. Did you have anything else on the Champions League final? I don't. So there's no. Pressure.
No. I don't think so. It was fairly. It's kind of how I expected it to go.
Yeah.
Thibaut Courtois, I've given it all this at the end.
Oh my God, Thibaut, take 2 minutes to enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
relax. Because he was also talking about like, in England they all disrespect me, and I don't think we. I mean, I read the English media. I don't think anyone really talks about you at all.
No. Players are in their own little bubbles,
Yeah, they're like, and he was talking about Twitter and everything. It's like, don't search yourself on Twitter.
Relax.
There's a funny Mad Men meme, like from a scene in Mad Men where Don Draper's in a lift with somebody, and the guy says, "I hate you," and Don Draper turns to him and goes, "That's funny. I don't think about you at all." And just imagine like Thibaut Courtois and like the football editor for the Daily Mirror or something, I don't think about you at all. He was very good, but it's his job, isn't it? So
the opportunities were not clear cut the way people are acting like it was.
No, that big Salah chance that they kept replaying was at the wrong angle.
Yeah,
it would have been weird if he didn't save it.
It was very strange.
So the other European final this week was actually last Wednesday when Jose Mourinho's Roma defeated Feyenoord in the inaugural Europa Conference League. We had Tammy Abraham, Nicolo Zaniolo, all those guys, all those Roma players. I could think of maybe one more. I don't know. Can I? Probably not. You had on the Feyenoord side, you had your man Sinistera, who is linked to a lot of big clubs. And then Jose came back to Rome, and they had a victory parade. Oh yeah, that was quite something.
They basically put everyone on hold and said Conference League is worth winning.
Yeah, exactly. And they were going around. Jose was singing.
Driving the bus.
Was he driving the bus?
Yeah, there was one point where he was driving the bus and people said fair play to him for physically parking the bus.
I like that very much.
He's having a great time.
And they were singing Lazio fans, shut your windows, which was good as well. I have had a great time with the Europa Conference League this season.
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's just good, like, because it's always the same teams in the Champions League. And the Europa League is very fun as well, but the Europa Conference League is like different level of just
debauchery.
Yeah, like it's like when you watch the Europa Conference League game, you feel like I'm really doing it, Like I was watching in the semi-finals or the quarterfinals, PSV versus Leicester, and it's like these two teams would never play each other in a European quarterfinal. This is just good fun, like
Yeah.
And I also think it's so good for cards.
Yeah, of course.
Like it's just like we didn't have a way to capture a lot of these teams and a lot of these players, and now we do. So just from a card point of view, I'd like to thank UEFA, who I've always said are a great organization.
Oh, for making them play so many games. God bless
Yeah,
them.
really just stretch those players, just shorten their careers as much as you can.
As much as you can.
And get us as many rookies as possible. We can't have these players playing until they're 34, 35. All this Luka Modric business. I need fresh players in there that I can sell the rookie cards off.
Oh my God.
So that was that. And then let me see what else is on the agenda here. Yes. After more than 20 years in the wilderness of the Football League, Nottingham Forest have been promoted alongside Bournemouth and Fulham to the Premier League. And I would say of those three teams, Nottingham Forest is the most exciting for the league because they are the biggest club of those three. And by quite some margins. They won 2 consecutive European Cups under Brian Clough, 1979, 1980. 2 stars on their crest. More than can be said for the vast majority of clubs. They're a huge team. Do you know they're owned by? I was doing my research before this. I didn't notice. I knew they had an American CEO, and I knew they had Ethan Horvath, the American goalkeeper, is their second choice goalkeeper. So I assumed they were owned by Americans because I knew they were bought recently.
Yeah.
But they're actually owned by a man called Evangelos Marinakis, who is a Greek shipping magnate who also owns Olympiacos.
Madness.
So isn't that maybe he just bought Nottingham Forest because he was like red and white? Red and white. They look like, you know.
Oh, come on.
Maybe he thought they were a sleeping giant. While you're doing that, I'll just tell the listener that I believe they were bought for maybe $70 million in 2017, and having secured Premier League promotion, I think they're going to get like $130 million next season.
Crazy. And there was some contentious penalty decisions in that game as well.
John Moss, in his last ever game,
was there no VAR?
There was VAR.
All right. I'll say no more.
There was VAR, but they chose to.
We've lost Moss and we've lost Dean this year.
And I think we've lost Martin Atkinson as well.
Nah. Times are changing.
It's not the game it used to be.
Certainly not.
But Nottingham Forest are an interesting club at the moment. They got taken over by Steve Cooper, the manager who lost the playoff final with Swansea last year. He was appointed, I think, in the winter. And when he was appointed, they were bottom of the league.
Yeah, that's mad.
I mean, that's great. It also shows how crazy the championship is.
That's true.
That you can be bottom of the league at Christmas and you know, get
in
promoted.
the Premier League.
They have James Garner, who was kind of the man of the match, I thought, in the playoff final. James Garner on loan from Man United, midfielder, very tenacious young player. They have fullback Jed Spence and winger Brennan Johnson, both of whom are being tipped. We're tipped with moves to big clubs before the promotion, so we don't know
if they'll
bigger clubs, I should say, because although how many bigger clubs in England realistically are there?
Not many.
That's the interesting thing, isn't it? Like when you get like a club like Nottingham Forest, it's like the rest of the league is happy to, kind of like when Leeds went up, because it's like a one, you know, it's like a
huge team.
So it's like good for the stature of the league. And I would imagine that if we look at that list of fastest growing football clubs, when we look at that next year, Forest, it will be up there for sure.
Yeah, especially if they stay up.
Especially if they stay up, yeah. Because you don't want to commit too early. You don't want to change your Twitter profile picture in the first season.
No. Unless they're playing electric football like Wolves did when they came up.
True. Or, yeah, exactly. Or like probably Bielsa playing that
Leeds.
kind of football with Leeds contributed a lot to that growth. Brennan Johnson has Leaf autographs, XRC rookie autos, but he will be, of course, in all the Panini products as a rookie next season. So no need to rush out and buy your Leaf autos unless you think
there's something there.
But like, it's one of those things. It'd be different if, let's say, they didn't get promoted and then Brennan Johnson moved to Wolves, for instance, and then he had, you know, you might say, oh, the Nottingham Forest autograph is cool, but he's playing for Nottingham Forest next season as well. So like, no one's even going to know.
Oh, I get you.
So Real Madrid, champions of Europe. Roma, champions of Europe in the third tier.
AC Milan, champions of Italy.
Champions of Italy. Newly crowned champions of Italy. Nottingham Forest back in the Premier League.
Big week.
Big, huge week. And tonight is the African Champions League final.
Damn.
So I might watch that if it's on Czech TV.
Enjoy the rest of your time in Prague, Jason.
Thank you. We're back on Thursday for Postcards United.
I love that.
So we'll see everybody then. And soccercardsunited.com. Check that out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, we are on YouTube now. Maybe I should have said at the start of the podcast. But if you want to go over and just subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can still keep listening on audio. You don't have to look at our faces, but it would just help if everyone just went and subscribed to the YouTube channel.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you in advance, everyone. And good to see you, Enzo.
See you, Jason.